going on at the gym? What are you guys feeding Merab?
Dude, I don't know. It's the Georgia, something in the Georgian food,
balls.
man. Yeah,
What's up with this guy?
He's just different. He is a special person, special human being, inside, outside the gym, great person, great mindset, great attitude. And even through, we came up short on the last one, but nothing has changed with him. He is who he is. Like, he is not, what you see is what you get. This crazy little Tasmanian devil that runs around the gym and runs around the world, jumping off mountains and into frozen lakes and things. It's not a show. He is who he is. Like, he is such a great person. And I'm blessed to be able to have these, it's cliche, but I really am, to have these guys, these athletes, and these people that have, you discover over the years that just fit and click. And he's one of those guys, like I said, there is no rhyme or reason to why he is, the way he is. He just is, man. He is just a special guy.
Yeah. I don't want to take away anything from Peter, but do you think Merab fought too many times in 1 year?
Yes, I'm gonna say it. You don't have to answer.
Do you think he was tired? Do you think that it was just maybe too draining? Another weight cut? Like, what was it? Because obviously he didn't look himself. Maybe I would put that out there.
I mean, listen, again, Merab's out on vacation right now, thank God, and he's enjoying life. And when we come back and we have that talk, I don't want to speak for him, like, and he's a very private and personal person when it comes to those things, but. For me, I'll just say, would I do that again, or would I want him to do that again? No. Do I think that he would do it any different or not take that fight? He absolutely still would. No matter what went on behind the scenes, no matter this, no matter that, that is just who he is. And, he dares to be great. And when you're daring for greatness, sometimes you come up short, but that's not the end of it.
Yeah,
he's going to come right back and do it again, I guarantee you. So, I don't know. Like I said, I would I do it differently? Would I probably, would he? No, I don't think so.
No.
He would do it a million times over and over and over. Just knowing, it's one of those things, and I've said this before, Merab is one of those guys that's back in the gym the next day if he's fresh, next 2 days, he's out working out. Like, so I've been through this with him where he's going to be training and doing what he does, preparing for a fight anyways. That's how he lives his life. He lives his life as a fighter, day in and day out. So it wasn't a big stretch for me to go, oh my God, this is going to be something so different. But there are things after, I will say, looking at that just, your body needs rest.
Yeah.
It's a grind,
in the
man.
first fight, I think he set a UFC record, right?
Yeah.
49 attempted takedowns, and landed like 11 or 12 of them. And in this last fight, we saw Peter kind of flip the script. I think he was the one who landed 6 or 7 out of 9 takedowns. Yeah. Do you feel like that was probably the biggest reason why he lost? Was the ability to take Peter down?
There, like I said, there's multiple factors that go on behind the scenes. I think, that we'll make some adjustments, and that's on me, to make some adjustments and do some things. And I think as fighters evolve, we start looking at the evolution of how Merab has evolved and has become, better at striking, better at submissions, better at these things. And I think that, going back to it, that's probably where I needed to make, I'll take responsibility and make adjustments to, hey, we need to fight Peter a little bit differently, in a different camp too, and with some rest and some time. We do that differently. I would game plan that one a little bit differently and get Merab back to doing a little bit more, Merab things. And I'm not saying that's why Peter won. He just had a great night. We had a little bit of an off night, and it is what it is.
I want to add something. I think that it's not 100%, and thank you for even saying like you take responsibility, but it's not the coaches, like the coach doesn't have full control to tell the fighter like you can't fight or you need to do something a certain way. And just like we've all said, like Merab is a special person, and no matter what the circumstances, you could have cut his leg off. He would have shown up that night and fought with the same energy. You could have said, you have to fight this fight blindfolded. He would have had a smile on his face and he would have done it. So from my perspective, someone who sees Merab train all the time, he will give 1,000% effort no matter the cost. And from someone, I've seen him fight at his absolute best. And that night he did fight at his absolute best, but I believe that he just didn't have the same fire. because it's so many fights in a year. We saw the same thing with Pereira when he lost to Ankalaev. He was fighting back to back to back main events. When you're fighting main event title fights, there's so much media, there's so much this, there's so much that, and that stuff is physically draining. No matter how much we want to doubt it, and we just like, yeah, I can do it, because we're mentally strong. We can get through anything as fighters. But like, I don't even think Merab, he would never take that into consideration, but I'm stepping in to say that like it was so much, and fighting and being Merab with that much energy and having all of this, you know, being on top of the world and setting these records, I think that it just, a lot of that stuff kind of maybe took a little bit of the fire from him. And but no matter what, he still showed up that night and gave the best of performance that he could. But like, let's say he takes this vacation and, you know, in 3 months takes that fight again. I guarantee you it doesn't happen the same way. Guarantee